What you are about to witness is not for the faint of heart. Get ready for Office Baked. I'm not going to disclose where I work because, one, I don't enjoy stalkers. I like to consider myself a nice-looking dad bod, and I deal enough of them. And two, I enjoy having job security. But there was a person that came in, full Duck Dynasty beard, with a dress, and stockings, and heels. Now, from neck up, it was a dude. From neck down, it was a Halloween concoction of fuckery. But that's besides the point.
Was this during Halloween?
No,
Oh.
This was like a couple weeks ago. And what transpires next almost could have gotten me fired. But because I bit my tongue. So I sit there and I say, "Sir, how can I help you? What can I do for you?" This person, you would think that I, stabbed them in their heart or kidnapped their firstborn child, because he was literally screaming at me, saying, "Do I look like a sir to you?" Well, quite frankly, your beard that goes all the way down to your non-existent breasts in the middle of your fucking dress. Yes, you do look like a sir to me. But I kept my mouth shut, and I bit my tongue. But I really wanted to answer the question that he asked me. It was, if anybody knows me, they can read my face. I don't hide any expression. I'm sure that gentleman / ma'am / fucked up science project that walked in here, weird science, whatever, he knew what I wanted to say. And thank God, the one time Jay had some restraint, which is very limited in my abilities. I just said, "I'm sorry." But then it limited what I was going to say after that, because I'm like, "I'm sorry you don't have any friends that informed you that beard does not go with that dress. They might match the heels, but they don't match the beard." I mean, come on, your lipstick is not matching your curtains. Come on. Anyway, it's wake up, America. I mean, come on. And when did iPads become the babysitter? I got my first phone when I was out of high school. Now, I remember having a pager through high school. Now, if you do that, your kid might be a drug dealer. So don't go and repeat anything that I did when I was in high school. But I had a pager, and I thought I was cool as shit. And I remember John and Duella and everybody paging me, and we'd get little messages, and I thought it was cool that I could text back the word boobs. That was the coolest thing to me. I'm like, 80085. Hell yeah, boobs. But
like on calculators and shit.
Exactly. I could text back boobs.
Look, boobs.
Yeah. So, I enjoyed that. That was my first bit of technology. I didn't have handheld games. I didn't have a dual screen phone. I didn't have an iPad. My first phone was a brick phone. I think it had Snake and maybe Minesweeper on it. There was no Play Store, no Apple Store. It was through Sprint. And I think it streamed Sprint radio. But it was like a Nokia brick phone.
Those Nokias were indestructible, though. You could throw that bitch at a wall and nothing would happen.
Be happy they aren't around, though, now. Think of, Oprah, or was it Naomi Campbell? Or was it Beyonce? I think it was all three of them, allegedly. We'll have to keep saying allegedly. But that, threw their phone at their assistant or something, and thank God the phone broke. Because if you think it was, a phone from the 90s... it had its own backpack.
They would have been knocked the fuck out.
Yeah. It would have came with a Chris Tucker soundbite that like stood over them after the phone hit them.
You just got knocked.
You got knocked the fuck out. You got knocked the fuck out. You got knocked the fuck out. I mean, hence thinking that it was Oprah doing it to her assistant. But when did it become the babysitter? Like, I'm at Walmart and I'm watching this. We will call it a child, but I'm either thinking it's a midget or possibly a 15-year-old kid. It's hard to tell the difference. He was sitting in the cart, Indian style. The mother and the father are like carrying the groceries under their arms, pushing this little bastard. And I'm like, okay, so the kid is being pushed around. No worries in the world, and he's still acting like an ass. The dad somehow must have had like a third hand, or maybe it was his dick that reached in the pocket, pulled out the phone, and hands it to the little bastard. And it shut him up. And I'm just sitting here like, when did bad behavior get rewarded? I had something very similar to timeout when I was a kid. Very similar. It was called knockout. And when I came to, I knew not to do it again. Now, I might not have had the greatest parents in the world, and I have multiple concussions in my medical history, but I think I turned out all right. Regarding the situations. Yeah, like I couldn't say that with a straight face at all. But, I mean, now you're looking at little Timmy or Billy or Sally or whoever that's in the middle of Walmart looking at their mother or grandmother or guardian or mother's girlfriend or life partner, or they probably get away with it because they identify as an asshole child. And you can't contest it. I mean, like I told my boss one day, I will gladly feed into this wonderful dress-up illusion if my name tag can say, hi, my name is an Apache Helicopter. Because I identify as a flying death machine, and the second someone can identify me as that, perfect. I will feed into the illusion that the guy with the 12-inch beard is a female. So
how did we?
We came full circle.
Or how did you?
Then, and mind you, listeners, this was all. I give all credit to this idea because I talk like this 24/7. But Mackenzie,
he does,
told me that I needed to just start recording it and making a podcast because it would be entertaining for the people that either have a good sense of humor or zero standards for what they're listening to. So whether you're at the gym and you're walking on the treadmill right now trying to inch those pounds away, or you're at the office building trying to be the next CEO and you're plotting to kill your boss so that you can take his job, which I don't promote either. But we appeal to multiple crowds, and I'm glad that I finally started recording, because at least I can look back on my thoughts and be like, dude, I am fucked up. But that's besides the point. So, yeah, like we had something like timeout. It was called knockout, and I've had multiple